A dirge for the damned. My night at the Steigenberger Hotel Herrenhof Vienna. Oh, my darlings, gather close, let me tell you a tale so wretched, so unholy in its incompetence, that even the ghosts of Vienna's grandest palaces would weep. Picture this, you, a weary traveler, stepping into the hallowed halls of the Steigenberger Hotel Herrenhof Vienna, expecting go, what a fool you wear luxury. Instead, you are greeted by the cold, dead eyes of receptionists who look at you as if you are the inconvenience, not the other way around. Let us begin with the check-in, a process so agonizing it could be classified as medieval torture. A confirmed booking, what a joke. You stand there, luggage heavy, soul heavier, watching the clock tick as the staff move with the urgency of a sloth on sedatives. No apologies, no urgency, just contempt. And why? Because they can. Because they know you have nowhere else to go. Because they have stolen your time, your excitement, and replaced it with the slow, creeping dread that this is only the beginning. Then the room. Oh, the room. You open the door, Ando. The air is thick with the scent of stale smoke, despite the sign declaring it non-smoking. The carpet, stained with the sins of 1,000 neglected cleanings. The curtains, a Jackson Pollock of mystery spills. The mirror, smudged with the fingerprints of apathy. And the the faucet. It hangs loose like a broken promise, dripping not water but despair. But wait, air conditioning. A comedy of errors. You call reception, begging for mercy, and what do they say? Close the window. Darling, the window is closed. It was never open, but logic has no place here. They suggest, the opposite that you open the window instead. As if the laws of thermodynamics are a mere suggestion. As if you are the fool for expecting a basic function of modern hospitality. And then comes the staff. The blonde receptionist, let us call her Atrix, for that is her name, and names have power. She does not help, she does not listen. She hangs up the phone mid-sentence, leaving you stranded in silence. Discrimination? Perhaps. Incompetence? Absolutely. But most of all, it is contempt, the unshakable belief that you are nothing and they are everything. The breakfast, do not get me started. A chaotic mess, they say. Cold food, limp pastries, coffee that tastes like regret. The gym, a closet with weights. The pool, closed for maintenance. Translation, we forgot to clean it. The walls, paper thin so you hear every sob, every sigh, every heartbreak of your neighbors. Sleep, forget it. And then theft. A guest's wedding rings vanished into the void. The hotel's response, not our problem. They have electronic records of who entered the room, yet they refuse to act. Why? Because accountability is a myth here, because your pain is entertainment to them. And the final insult, a cake. A sorry written in icing, left in your room while the do not disturb sign hung proudly on the door. No forks, no sincerity, just a hollow, pathetic gesture like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. So here we are, my loves. The Steigenberger Hotel Herrenhof Vienna monument to failure, a temple of neglect, a crime against hospitality. You arrive hopeful. You leave broken. Tell me, dear one, shave you too felt the sting of their indifference? Have you too been betrayed by their empty promises? Share your sorrows below. Together we shall remember. Together we shall warn. And to the management, congratulations. You have achieved the impossible. You have made Vienna, a city of dreams, feel like a nightmare. May history judge you accordingly. 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 Accordingly.
I'm looking into crimes near Steigenberger Hotel Herrenhof Vienna. You know, where tourists like you would probably stay for a short trip. And unfortunately, it's not all roses and sunshine near this beautiful hotel. There are some shady businesses around that can ruin your vacation. So, I found out that some brick and mortar stores near Steigenberger Hotel Herrenhof Vienna are sending out fake official register scam letters to local businesses, asking them to pay a lot of money for supposed industry register listings. Can you believe it? They're making it look like it's from the government, with fancy logos and all. I think the store owners are probably super scared, thinking they'll get in trouble if they don't pay, and sadly, many of them have already fallen for it. I mean, who wouldn't want to avoid trouble, right? I predict that these victims probably felt so embarrassed and angry with themselves after realizing they'd been scammed. I mean, who wants to throw away hundreds or thousands of euros? The scammers probably just took the money and disappeared, leaving the businesses to deal with the mess. It's just so wrong. And then there are these directory listing scams, where fake representatives visit stores in person, pushing fake contracts and warning of legal consequences if they don't sign up. Like, who comes up with this stuff? It's so obvious, but still, people get tricked. I think the store owners are probably really intimidated, especially if they're new to the area or don't speak German that well. They might sign just to get rid of the scammer. You know, I predict that the victims felt so relieved to get rid of the scammer. But then, they probably got slammed with a huge bill for a useless directory listing service. Can you imagine getting a surprise invoice for hundreds of euros? It's just so unfair. The scammers probably just took the money and ran, leaving the businesses to deal with the hassle. You know, it's not just the scams, but also the aggressive sales tactics in some souvenir shops and electronic stores near Steigenberger Hotel Herrenhof Vienna. They lure you in with special offers and then switch price tags or threaten you if you don't buy. Like, who does that? It's so nasty. I think the tourists probably felt so ripped off and frustrated trying to get a refund or dispute the charges. I predict that these tourists probably told all their friends and family about the bad experience, warning them to stay away from those shops. And sadly, the shops probably just kept on doing it, taking advantage of new tourists every day. It's just so sad. And finally, there are these art gallery and charity scams where they aggressively solicit donations or push overpriced art on unsuspecting tourists. Like, who falls for that? But sadly, it happens. I think the tourists probably felt so guilty for not donating or buying. And then they probably realized they'd been scammed. It's just so embarrassing. I predict that the victims probably felt really stupid for falling for it. But then they probably wised up and told others about the scam. The scammers probably just moved on to the next victim, leaving the tourists to deal with the disappointment. It's just so wrong.
The businesses surrounding the Steigenberger Hotel Herrenhof Vienna, they present a rather disheartening picture, honestly. It's as if a shadow of disappointment hangs over the commercial landscape, a consistent undercurrent of unmet expectations. It's not merely isolated incidents, it's a pervasive feeling that these establishments, collectively, operate with a certain disregard for genuine hospitality and basic standards. You'll find a pattern emerging, a subtle yet relentless chipping away at your peace of mind, and potentially your wallet. It's a place where the promise of Vienna's charm feels strained. Let's begin with establishments catering to relaxation, specifically the Sacher Boutique Spa. These spas, generally speaking, aim for an elevated experience, a luxurious escape. However, it appears they often fall short, trading on reputation rather than delivering true value. Clients seem to arrive anticipating a level of pampering commensurate with the price tag, only to find themselves underwhelmed. The massages, while not necessarily bad, are described as disappointing, lacking the transformative quality one expects for a considerable sum. It's like being offered a perfectly presentable, but ultimately bland, pastry, acceptable but hardly memorable. A visitor mentioned the royal vibe, which feels ironic, given the perceived lack of substance. And then there's the consistent lament about the expense, even for Swiss standards, implying a particularly aggressive pricing strategy. You're paying for the name, not the experience, it seems. It's a rather hollow victory. Now let's turn our attention to the eateries. Here the situation degrades significantly. Around here restaurants aren't designed for families, they are like fortresses protecting their solitude. Miss Saigon Eatery Bar embodies this trend with startling clarity. It presents itself as a quaint Vietnamese restaurant, conveniently located near popular attractions. But don't let the exterior fool you. It's a phantom, a mirage of hospitality. It's astonishing, truly, how consistently negative the feedback is. The core issue appears to be a deeply ingrained hostility towards families with young children. Imagine traveling with your little ones, seeking a simple meal, and being actively refused service because your children might exist. It's not just a policy, it's a palpable sense of disdain. Stories emerge of families being welcomed one day, then coldly rejected the next, with conflicting explanations and dismissive staff. The staff, often seemingly inexperienced, are ill-equipped to handle even mild complaints, deferring to a mysteriously absent manager. One reviewer compared it unfavorably to establishments like Claridge's and the Ritz, a damning comparison indeed. It's the arrogance, the unwavering belief in their own superiority despite being perpetually empty, that's truly unsettling. A retired physics professor of all people encountered horrible manner, unpolite, uneducation, dirty street talk. That's not a typo. The accusation of being an adults-only establishment feels less like a choice and more like a reflection of their inability to provide basic customer service to anyone. And the water, you're charged for tap water. It's a small detail,